and today's topic is going to be on the explanation to your dream for those who always see their dead loved ones in the dream. We are going to be explaining that dream to you, what it means, because majority of people believe that whenever you see your dead loved one, it means a very bad omen. That's what people believe in, but we're going to be looking at it to know whether they are right or wrong. So like I said earlier, for you to know the exact meaning of every dream, you must have the gift of dreams. And equally, I know that when God gives someone the gift of dreams, He will equally give you the gift to interpret. He doesn't just give you that gift for you to see things and then He will not give you the gift to interpret that dreams. It's not possible. And then, how do you know someone who has that true gift of dreams and the gift to interpret? For you to have that gift, it means when someone walks up to you and starts telling you his or her dream, as the person is telling you the dream, the interpretation of the dream is coming to you immediately. That is how the gift of dream works. It is not when someone tells you about his or her dreams and then you tell the person to go home and call you back in 2 days' time so that you give the person the meaning of the dream. No, it doesn't work that way. If you have the gift, when the person is telling you his or her dreams, at the same time, the explanation, the interpretation is coming to you spiritually, then you'll be able to tell the person the meaning of the dream. And sometimes what we see in the dream is totally different from what we are going to see in reality. The interpretation sometimes is totally different from what the person saw in the dream. So today we are looking at people seeing their dead loved ones in the dream. What does it mean? Your parents, your siblings, your uncle, your aunt, your best friend, they've passed away. But yet, whenever you go to bed, you see them in the dream. What does it mean? Like I said earlier, some people will tell you that when you see your dead loved one in the dream is a bad omen. Are they right? That's why we're here today. They might be right, they might be wrong. So let's look at those meanings. Now, before we interpret your dream of seeing your dead loved one in the dream, what was the scenario of that dream? Now, if you happen to see your dead loved one in the dream, the person just appeared. You saw the person in your dream. He or she just appeared without talking, without telling you anything, was just watching you, looking at you, not saying anything. Now, it actually means that the person has something to tell you. There is something that has happened or is about to happen, but the dead person doesn't know how to relate that message to you. Yes, what do I mean by that? You know, when someone dies, I will explain this to you right now. When someone dies, they are dead and they are gone, but spiritually they are still somewhere. And when you see them in the dream, if it's that person's time, if it's the person's time for the person to talk to you, when you see the person in the dream, the person will tell you what he or she wants to tell you. But if it's not their time to do it, that is when you see them in the dream without them saying anything. They won't be able to say anything. And that is when you see people going to find out, why did I see this person in my dream? Knowing fully well that this person is dead and gone, but I saw him, I saw her, and she couldn't say anything, she couldn't do anything, because it is not her time or his time to talk to you. Just like we have time and season here in the world, so it is in the spiritual world. There is time for them to do whatever they want to do. That you are dead and gone doesn't mean that you can surface again or can surface immediately. No, they work with time. So when you see your dead loved one and he or she didn't say anything to you, was just moping at you, doing nothing, just watching you, there is a message that the person wants to relate to you. So how do you get this message? That is when you see people going to consult a seer, somebody who has the spiritual gift, so that the person would look deep into the spiritual realm to know the reason why the dead person appeared in your dream. Now, when you see your dead loved one talking to you in the dream, maybe you were able to grab the message, or you didn't grab the message, but you are fully sure that you saw your dead loved one talking to you in the dream. It actually means that the dead person came with a solution to a problem. Whenever you see them talking to you in the dream, it actually means that in the physical world there is something going on, or maybe they are trying to tell you the reason why they passed, what actually transpired. So many of us, like we human beings, somebody can just pass suddenly without any explanation. Now, if the person's spirit is strong, when it's time for the person to talk, that is when you will see them in your dreams. They will appear to tell you what actually happened to them. So when you see them talking, I always advise people, you have to equip yourself spiritually. When you equip yourself spiritually, you'll be able to withstand these spirits when you see them in your dreams. But so many of us, whenever we see our dead loved ones in the dream, and before you know it, they will start shouting and wake up. When you do that and wake up, you will be able to get what the spirit wants to tell you. But if you are able to withstand them, you will grab the message they came with, because they always come with messages. Sometimes good ones, sometimes bad ones. They always come with messages. So you must grab that message. When you grab the message, you will now know the meaning of your dream. But when they are talking to you and you are not able to grab the message, whether you decided to shout or not, but you weren't able to grab the message, it means they actually came with a message. They actually came to tell you something. It is left for you now to know, if you really want to know the reason why you saw them in your dream, if you really want to know what they were trying to tell you. Now, when you see your dead loved one in the dream asking you to escort him or her somewhere, that is when I will tell you that it is a bad omen. It is really a bad omen. You see your dead loved one in a dream asking you to escort him or her somewhere, it is never a good omen. That is trying to tell you that the spirit of death is closer. When your dead loved one in the dream is asking you to escort him or her somewhere, the spirit of death is closer to you. Now, all these things will take place if you are not spiritually strong. Yeah, because I have heard a lot of people before they pass, they will tell you that, yes, I saw my uncle, my dead uncle, I saw my dead aunt, I saw my dead mom, my dead dad, and they asked me to go to market with them, and I went. Before you know it, the news you will hear is that the person is no more. So whenever you see your dead loved one asking you to escort them somewhere, when you wake up, the first thing you're supposed to do is to cancel that dream with prayers. That is the first thing you are supposed to do. You cancel that dream with prayers. You pray against the spirit of death, because the spirit of death is now making use of the face of your dead loved one to appear to you, knowing fully well that you might not be able to resist that person when you see him or her in your dream. So you pray and you cancel the spirit of death. And in doing so, I will advise you to go into midnight prayers. It's a very difficult prayer, yes, but that is the sure way out. It's equally the easiest way for you to cancel that spirit of death. And this time around, when you are praying, whoever you saw in your dream, and you know that the person has passed, but was asking you to escort him or her somewhere, make sure you mention the name of that person and every other unfamiliar spirits. Make sure you pray your way out. Pray your way out. And in doing such prayers, I will advise you to try and buy incense. Make use of incense when you are praying. You light that incense. Let it be a midnight prayer before. you light your incense. And why are we using incense to pray? When you light the incense and the smoke starts rising, that smoke drives away negative forces. It drives away negative spirits. If there is any being around you that is not of God, the smoke from that incense will drive that spirit away. And so, assuming that the spirit of death was just closer at hand you, the moment you light the incense and start praying, the smoke from that incense rising up will drive that spirit of death away. And this is not something you're supposed to do just once. If you like, you can have that midnight prayer once, but for your incense, make sure you use it at least not less than 1 week. Whenever you are praying, make sure you light your incense. Let it drive that negative force away from you. And if possible, if you're living in a house of your own, I will advise you to light the incense, take it around your house, both in and outside of the house. Let the smoke drive those negativities away. Now, whenever you dream and you see yourself with your dead loved one in a car traveling, it is the same thing as that dead person asking you to escort him or her somewhere. You saw yourself in a dream traveling with your dead loved one. It is the same meaning as the first one. It means your time is about to come up. It means you are about to, and you still have to pray to conquer this, to counter this. Use prayer to solve this problem. Now, whenever you dream and you see yourself eating from the same plate with your dead loved one, maybe you saw your dead parents in the dream, they gave you something to eat, they gave you fruit, they gave you food, they gave you water, and you collected from them and you ate it. When you do this, the moment that food enters into your mouth or the water goes inside your mouth, it is settled. It means your time is up. There's no two ways about it. Whenever you dream and you see yourself with your dead loved one eating from the same plate, or you collected the food from them, you collected water from them, you ate, you drank, it means your time is up. That your time is up doesn't mean that you are dying the following day or the next day, but this is the true meaning of it. And that is why you will see someone who is so healthy this month. The next month, they will tell you that he had a motor accident, and everybody will be blaming the person, the driver of that car. Everybody will be blaming the driver of the car. Sorry, please don't mind me. I was just trying to control the noise. Everybody will be blaming the driver of the car, but actually it meant that the person's time was up. But there must be a way for someone to leave this world. There must be a way. It's either you have a natural death, just lie down, close your eyes, and that's it. Or it comes the other way. But whenever you dream and you see your dead loved one giving you something to eat, and you collect that thing from the person and ate it, your time is up. Now, everything now depends on God. In this situation now, everything now lies in God's hands, because I believe that there is nothing that God cannot do. Now, the issue here is, how faithful are you to God? How strong is your faith in God? Can you pray your way out? Can you tell people to help you in that prayers? Will they ever help you? Because a lot of us will tell you that, yes, I will help you. And at the end of the day, one thing or the other will make us not to help you. And then you rely on that person instead of praying your way out. So your life now is totally in God's hands now. If God allows it, it will happen. But I'm telling you that whenever you dream seeing yourself eating with your dead loved one, your time is up. That's it. Now, whenever you dream, I'm going to use, this one goes to couples right now, a man and a woman, and equally some boyfriend and girlfriends, fiance and fiancé, and maybe one of you have passed, and you dream and you saw the dead one coming out to have sex with you in your dream, please know ye fully well that the demon is about to possess you. Yes. And I will advise you to check your lifestyle. Whenever you dream and you see your dead loved one coming to have sex with you, you are a man, you are a woman, you are a boy, you are a girl, you have a husband, you have a wife, and then your partner has passed, and in your dream you saw your partner coming to have sex with you in the dream, it is no good sign, because that is not your partner anymore. The bond holding both of you has been cut. Yes, there is no longer bond. The moment one of you passes, the bond has been destroyed. That your partner is no longer your partner. What you are seeing is a demon trying to cage you. A demon trying to destroy your life. And I will advise you to always be prayerful. Let me tell us one thing. See, no matter what you see in your dream, yeah, there are certain things we see in the dream, and then we use spiritual exercise to stop them from happening. But I will tell you that most of the times, whatsoever you see in your dream lies in your ability to pray. How can you pray to cancel that dream? Remember, whenever we talk about praying to stop something or praying to draw something closer, it is not about how long you have prayed. It is how well you have prayed. Someone can pray for 6 good hours, but for that 6 hours while you were praying, you were actually making no sense because you weren't concentrating on that prayer. You were praying for 6 hours, but your mind kept on wandering about. You weren't concentrating. That prayer can mean nothing. But someone can pray for just 30 minutes, and that 30 minutes prayer will destroy every yoke, will open every closed door. It is how well you have prayed, not how long you have prayed. I'm not trying to condemn those of us who pray for a very long time, because I do pray for a very long time. But when you want to pray for a long time, make sure you concentrate more. When you are concentrating, when we talk about concentration, we talk about you believing that you are seeing God face to face. That is what I mean by concentration. When you are praying, you believe that God is standing before you and that you are talking to him face to face. Of course, when you are talking to your father face to face, or your mom, or someone who is above you, you will be looking at the person right into the eyes. And when the person is talking, you will pay attention so that you grab everything that the person says. That is what I mean by concentrating in your prayers. Not just by praying for 3 hours and 6 hours. No. So you will have to be very prayerful for those of us who always dream seeing their dead loved ones coming back to have sex with them. The demon is actually trying to possess you. And when these demons possesses you, it is still going to destroy you. And destroying you is taking away your life physically. So you will have to pray against it. Now, whenever you dream, we are still talking on couples now. You dream and you see your partner who is late coming back, to see your children, to give something to your children. In this dream, it is not love. It is not love. If your dead partner loves you, all the spirit needs to do is to come to you, tell you what you are supposed to do for your children, because you are the living one. You are the one that will do that for your children, not your late partner. But when you see your late partner doing those things for your children, you see them covering your children when they are sleeping. You see them buying things for your children in the dream. It is not love. And I will want you to pray over your children when you wake up. Not once, not twice. It has to be a constant prayer. Pray over them. I will tell you this. If you are deep into spirituality, there is a lot that you will know, a lot that no human being will ever tell you. See, when these people passes, when our loved ones passes, sometimes they are always lonely there. Yes, sometimes they are lonely, and they will want you to come over and join them. Do you know why they want you to come over and join them? Because they don't have feelings anymore. They don't have emotions anymore. To them, they are doing something nice for you because you are crying, because you are missing them. And so they will want to ease that pain for you. They will want to wipe away your tears. And to them, they believe that wiping away your tears means bringing you over to join them. But to us, it is not good. It is not good. Your late partner, if your late partner wants to help you, what he or she needs to do is, if the person's spirit is clean, most times all these problems emanate as a result of those of us who already have unclean spirits in us. And when we pass away, it gets worse. So when they appear, instead of helping you, they are trying to destroy you. So when you see that your late partner in your dream, trying to do something for your children, to buy something for them, to cover them, to take them for sightseeing, please pray for your children when you wake up. It means that your late partner is lonely wherever he or she is and needs a company. And if you do not pray, you might lose any of your child or all of your children. But how are they going to happen? They will happen just like a normal occurrence. But nobody will know that it has already been arranged in the spiritual realm. Sometimes when they are there, they are lonely. They need their relatives. They need their partners so that they'll be okay. And that is why so many of them, when they pass, people will keep on seeing them. I saw this person in my dream. I saw this person, and you see a lot of people pointing that they saw this person, they saw this person. Because they are lonely. They actually do not know where they are. Their spirits are still roaming about. They haven't settled. Once that spirit settles, you can hardly see them again, except when it's necessary for them to appear to you to give you any message. So these are many more are the explanations to the dreams we always see. Seeing our dead loved ones in the dream appearing to us. These explanations that I just gave out now, and a lot of them depending on what somebody saw in his or her dreams. So are these spirits good spirits or bad spirits? Some of them yes, some of them no. Does it mean that their appearance to us is bad? Some of them yes, some of them no. Like I said earlier, depending on what they came out for. A lot of people passed mysteriously, and up till date, nobody can tell what happened to them. It is only that dead person that can reveal what actually happened to him or her. And I have experienced that with so many people that I know when they were alive. That just passed just like that. Some of them through accidents, some of them through sickness. That's from what we, the human beings, saw. But it was after their passing that they appeared to me and told me the exact thing that happened to them. And the things we saw as accidents and sickness weren't actually accident and sickness. Yes, so many of them passed as a result of what people did to them spiritually before we manifested physically as a sickness or as an accident. So there is a lot to learn about spiritual issues. A lot to learn. If you are spiritually gifted, your life is not all about this world that we're in now. No. There are times when it will look as if you've left this world and you find yourself somewhere just to explore, just to know what is happening. And after that, you will still come back. Yes. So if you have any question, I'm going to stop here. If you have any question to ask me, you can write your question down. Oh, J. King, your dad is cutting your hair. Is it your late dad? Is he still alive? If it's your late dad, please, J. King, please pray, because that's signifying that you are going to lose someone there to you. If you're a man or a woman, it signifies that you are about to become, that you are going to lose someone very, very close to you that will warrant you cutting your hair. The dead has no reason to cut your hair in the dream. Even the living has no reason whatsoever to cut your hair in the dream. Cutting your hair in the dream means you lose a very dear one, someone so close to you. So I will advise you to pray and cancel that. Cancel this spirit of death that is hovering, not you dying, because you are not going to be the one to die. No, but you are going to lose someone so dear to you. So I want you to pray and cancel that spirit. Send that spirit away. If you have people who are so close to you while you are praying, mention their names and light incense when you are praying. Make sure you light incense so that the incense will drive away that negative spirit. If only you are spiritually gifted, you'll be able to know when that spirit of death is closer. But since you cannot tell when it's closer, start now. Whenever you are praying, mention the names of those you love. Cancel the spirit of death hovering around them. Use incense when you are praying. Now, I know somebody will ask me what type of incense. There are a lot. There are a lot of them. I'm a Catholic, and I make use of the incense we buy in church. Whenever we go to church, there is this particular type of incense that Catholics use. That is the one I make use of, the one that you will burn and then the smoke will start coming up. That's the one I make use of. But there are so many other type of incense that one can make use of. Now, when you go to buy this type of incense, make sure you read them, because you will see their works written on the package. You will see what they do. Please be very careful when buying such incenses, because there are a lot of them that you can use to invoke the spirit of a dead loved one. Now, invoking the spirit of a dead loved one is not advisable, because it's not all about invoking their spirits. When you invoke their spirits and you get whatever you want to get from them, will you be able to return them back to where they came from? That's where the problem lies. So when you are buying incense, read their works, read the leaflet, read the package very well, so that you make sure you don't buy this one. Chris, the one that I use, when you go to any Catholic church, you will see it. I don't know if it has a name. It's just incense. That's what I know it for. But it has the wood, and it has something that looks like a candle wax, like marble, something like that. You burn both of them together. As the smoke rises, it drives away negative forces. Yes, and ushers in clean spirits. So I can't really tell the name, but once you go to any Catholic church, ask them of incense. That is the incense they will give you. Oh, Pretty, thank you so much. You are welcome. Okay, Lady Jasmine, am I right? Jamina, okay. A dream about somebody extending a hand. Okay. Extending a hand, to me, it's not a bad dream, yeah, but what was the scenario like? For someone to extend a hand to you, it doesn't mean a handshake. If someone extends a hand to you in the dream, it means you need a help. You need a help. And that is why a hand was extended to you in the dream. So it's not a bad dream. What was the scenario like? Whenever you see a hand, someone extended a hand, if you didn't see the person and you just saw just a hand like this extended, for you to place your hand, it actually means a divine help. That is what you need. It means God is actually in control of your life. It means God actually wants to help you. That is a divine hand. But when you see the person, a human being, extended his hand or her hands to you, it means you need help. That's the meaning of your dream. So, okay. Oh, Pretty, thank God for you. I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much. This is a great testimony. Thank you so much, and may God continue to guide and protect you in everything that you are doing and every day of your life in Jesus' name. Amen. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. Pretty, I'm so happy for you. Okay, Lady Jamina, you saw the person. Yeah, it actually means you really need the help. You need a helping hand. Oh, thank God, he actually lifted you up. Okay? So that's a good news. That's a wonderful news. Your dream is self-explanatory. Okay, Jane Organic, how are you? You're welcome. Okay, Pretty, let me go back to your question. You said you every time you start a business, you keep having serious financial problems and you have to close your business. Now, Pretty, having these financial problems that results into you closing your business is something that we have to trace back. It's not just a normal occurrence. You will have to trace back home. Pretty, are you the one? Oh yes, Pretty. You will have to trace your problem back home, Pretty. It didn't just start now. It didn't start with you. There is something in your family. There is something in your, how do I put it, in your father's house. The fault is not yours. It's not your fault. And if you don't solve that problem, it will continue like this. And that you see a lot of people, they will give up. They tell you that nothing is working for them. It is not their fault. There is a force in your father's compound that is holding you down, Pretty, and it is not only you. There is a force in your father's compound holding you down, and if you don't solve that problem, it will continue like this. And I will want you to go and ask questions. So many of us actually have a link to the Marines. So many is not a Marine issue, but it is something of the generations past, which the present generation doesn't care about. And that is how this problem starts. It is not your fault. It is not your inability to maintain a steady business. You will have to trace it back. So I will want you to ask questions. If your parents are still living, if your siblings, those who are older than you, are still living, can you ask them to tell you this history about your family's spiritual history, what they believed in? So many families believed in the Marine and it worked for them. And this present generation doesn't believe in the Marine. It can delay. Do not delay. The earlier, the better. Try, ask questions to make sure you solve this problem for your own good. Not just your own good. Yeah, and it's not something you can do alone. I will want you to come together as a family, if it's possible, to see how you can solve that problem, okay? So, any other question? So I want to thank everybody, those who have joined us so far, those who asked questions, those who contributed. Thank you so much for your time, for your data, for being present here. Thank you. And I pray that God will meet you at the point of your needs and grant you your good heart desires. In Jesus' name, amen. Pretty, thank you so much. God bless you. Chris, thank you. Jamina, thank you so much. God bless you. So I'm going to see us by 6:30, or I'm going to put up a write-up before that time to notify us. So have a nice day from here, and God bless you all.